All right, folks. Happy Monday to you. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody had a great week last week because, frankly, I was so sick that I really didn't do much of anything last week. So it feels good to actually feel better. I thank the folks at Tamiflu for helping me to feel as good as I do tonight because let me tell you, without Tamiflu, I probably would still be just on the ground, sick, and not really doing much. But here we are. It's Monday evening, and if you have tuned in to my live feeds in the past, you probably noticed that I'm doing this a little later than I have, and it's all kind of fitting into all the things I've been learning over the past month or so. If you'd asked me maybe in the fall if I would actually do this live at what is it 9:25 on the East Coast, I would say, oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna be asleep or dead on the couch or something. There's no way that I'm gonna be doing that so late in the day. But I've learned a few things over the past couple of weeks alone here, and some of that is coming from my YouTube channel, which for the past few years, so when I started this journey of doing a podcast, creating content, I was told that if I'm going to have a YouTube channel, that I need to have, or if I'm going to create a podcast, I should say, I should have a YouTube channel. So, excuse the cough. So I said, okay. So I went ahead and did that. And right here, I can mute the mic if I cough again, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to cough again. But anyway, I was told to create a YouTube channel. I was like, okay, I don't really know if I'm going to have time to do a lot with it, but I created one. What the heck? And I've uploaded episodes, but I haven't really done much with it until recently. So I recently found out that, much like all other podcasting hosts, just anywhere that you can get a podcast, you can use your feed, your RSS feed for your podcast, and upload it to YouTube as an actual podcast. That time I muted and did not cough on everybody. So getting the swing of things with that. Very important because I tend to get a scratchy throat a lot. So anyway, I figured out that after I uploaded everything as a verified podcast on YouTube, all of a sudden I got a little bit of a hit in in people viewing my channel, viewing my podcast, listening to it. And so this is just on my YouTube channel. So I started making shorts of episodes that most of them are recent, but I've been trying to go way back to 3, 4. I haven't quite gone back 5 years, but I've gone back 3 or 4 years and just trying to create some new content, recycle content, I guess, and just see what happens. And I've been posting it all different times of the day. I'm learning that this time of day, I tend to get a lot of activity and I get a lot of eyes on these shorts. So just going by the analytics, I mean, I've been think so I posted 3 shorts over the weekend, and 2 have gotten over 30 views. One has gotten over 20. And overall, my views have just skyrocketed in general. Again, I'm not really setting the world on fire by comparison to some, but I'm doing a lot better than I have been. So that's really encouraging. I can't stress enough uh, transferring your podcast feed to YouTube as a real verified podcaster if you can, and posting content. I don't know how it is for anybody else, but posting later, like very late in the day, is a good thing for me, and it has worked out pretty well so far. So I'm gonna continue doing that. And then also, so I got a message a week or two ago about timestamping. So one of the things that has come from all the increased activity my channel has gotten is I'm getting messages from people who are trying to get my business, which I would never say never, but at this point, I'm just trying to figure it out on my own still. And I've had people just asking me or telling me, just a little bit of feedback. One of the things, items of feedback I've been given is to timestamp my videos. So somebody timestamped one as just an example and left it on one of the episodes that I uploaded recently, and it got a little bit of activity. It did pretty well for a day or two. I really remembered that and thought that, was very helpful. So I myself have tried my hand at time stamping, and I didn't realize until recently that they were giving you more of an opportunity to tag the videos. So I've been trying to tag more videos and go back through, and just every day. I have to admit I don't really like time stamping that much, but I've been doing like one a day at least, like one or two, and while I can't say it's been a really enjoyable process, I do enjoy the activity and the traffic it's bringing to my channel. So that has been very cool. I just have been learning a whole lot about my my channel, and just I think a lot of my focus the past few years has just been on my podcast hosting uh, channel per se, and just more the audio side, and trying to gain traction just through the Apple Podcasts and those kind of things. But I'm getting to a point where I'm like, something, I think I need to pay a lot more attention to my YouTube channel, because I think in this sense, YouTube is really growing. And that, I don't know if that sounds naive or if I'm like behind the curve, but it's come to my attention at least that YouTube is growing. This is happening. So I am going to really try to pay attention to this and really try to work on it. And I have been working very hard, and it's just been busy in general. I haven't really booked a whole lot of guests yet this year, something I really need to do, because I don't want to get to a point where I have nothing to put out. So I really want to keep getting good guests and having all these great conversations you've gotten used to hearing. I have quite a few more episodes. I have about 6 episodes that are recorded and pretty much scheduled and ready to go. Running a little low, so I need to get moving on that. So some of the episodes that have wound up uh, making a bit of a comeback here as I've been doing all this SEO and YouTube stuff and timestamping. Like my episode with Corey Castle, I did that 4 years ago, and it was an awesome episode. He was a great guest. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing a little bit of like a resurgence due to uh, posting my feed on my YouTube. So that has been a very pleasant surprise. And yeah, it's that kind of thing. My episode with Dr. Judy Morley, which I did around this time last year, that's finding a little bit of a resurgence in views and listens, and just stuff like that has been very cool to see with some of the things I've been doing recently. So, trying to get another example here. My episode with Thomas Worm that was from 2021. That has also picked up a little bit of traction. So, just really fun to see some of these older episodes that I did a few years ago. The content is still relevant. People are finding it and hopefully enjoying it when they're finding it. So, I mean, just really great. It's really energizing me to continue figuring this out on my own with the SEO and just getting more eyes and ears on Mark My Words, which I've also, before I end this live feed here, I've also have been focusing on TikTok a little bit and just trying to learn about TikTok. I don't know how many podcasters or people in my demographic really use TikTok, but I've been trying to use it, trying to learn because honestly, there's a lot there that I didn't know. So I'm learning a lot about TikTok and hopefully the benefits of it. I think I need to get on TikTok a little more and actually post. I know the podcast side of it, I'm not really getting a whole lot of activity. And I think I'm going to also do posting just when I feel like posting, just talking about whatever. Like, I really want to feel it out and see what happens. So, I don't know if it's worth my time or worth anything, but it's 2025 and I'm really just motivated to try new things out and see how else I can grow as a business. So, with all of that, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for tonight. Hope everybody is having a great week. I'm going to be doing a podcast episode with Leslie Lane later this week. I'm also digging into possibly doing a few episodes live and maybe working on doing more with that in general. I got a few ideas for that. Still thinking about the mental health forum idea that one of my guests, Garrett Irk of Sam and Leo, brought up that I think would be very cool to do. So I'm busy. I'm very busy. And if you're watching and listening to my channel, my show, wherever you are, wherever you get content, I thank you very much for tuning in. I also want to note before I go that I'm working on Spotify. Spotify has been very difficult for me because I I use an Apple codec, like the AAC codec, and Spotify doesn't really take the AAC codec. So you have to put it in to Spotify a certain way. You gotta go through what's it called here? Creators.spotify.com is how you gotta do it rather than going through your RSS feed, which it still takes from the RSS feed through there, but I can't do it from like my podcast host or wherever. I have to do it through their platform. And I tried uploading it a couple weeks ago and it must have like crashed or something. And now I'm trying again. It's been processing for like at least for a day or two. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm trying. It's been very difficult. If you have any advice for me out there, I would love that. But that's another project I'm working on, just trying to get all this, all my show stuff out there and just trying to grow more and, you know, just want to keep moving towards my goals. So that's really all I have for this Monday night. Thanks for watching in the future, or if you tuned in, I know a couple people tuned in on Instagram, so thanks for that. And that's it. I'll be back, I don't know, in a few days, in a week or two, and I'll just keep updating you guys on the progress, and hopefully that YouTube channel will keep growing, and hopefully everybody's having a great year so far. So that's all I got. Have a great night. I'll see you soon. Bye.